Cool, so what we got going here is already, we started doing the outline and whatever. Now, what I did this little box, and whatever's inside that little box is going to get color and whatever else not. It's not. On the outside, it's going to be the opposite. It's going to be black and white in the background, and everything outside of this box is going to be colored. I don't know. I'm going to try it out. Do something different. Hopefully you guys like it. Let's set this up in the tripod. And put this a little bit over the angle. Right. Right there. Alright. So, once again, we got here our concept of what we want. Right? And before we start, man, guess I could put this underneath. I don't want it to go through, so we're gonna put that underneath, and basically gonna start filling in this piece. Now what I'm doing here is I'm just doing a fade out. The reason I'm using the fade out point to this is because the concept is trying to work with what I have and give it the most design and concepts that I can get off of it. Now, if I was to go with a different approach on it, this paper is not at the best quality and it will bleed through. So I don't want to really just put too much ink in it. That's really what it is, if you must know. It's not like the best black book here, you know. So there we have our shadowing. That's how I'm gonna go with it. Yeah. I'm gonna change it up more and more and more and more as I go, just because I want to give it that clean perspective, but at the same time keep the wall style going to it. So what I'm doing is just pulling out, seeing like that, bam, bam, bam. It's the stroke. It's really what it is. And that stroke, what it's giving me is giving me that concept of a fade out, the same way as here. And that's gonna give us a final piece look. So you don't want to go too dark in it either, right? So that's what we're going with. As you can see, the piece is coming alive just with that little bit. Remember, I did say this is gonna stay black and white, so because that's staying black and white, the outsides, you don't want to add color to that. So what we're doing here is we're going off of just what we have and inside the box. Yeah, that's really what we're doing. Now we'll have a moment of silence because I like this song. The homie on the alley with the AK on standby was me. Oh, man. Good times, good times. It's Craig Dexter. My son just woke up. Leave it open. Leave it open. Or not. Just close it. Alright, cool. Well, the song's over, so I guess I can go back to explaining the technique here. So what I'm doing, if you guys are looking at on the piece itself, all I'm doing is just sketching here, you know, and just pulling back and forth, back and forth, back and forth with the brush stroke. So you see right here, I'm going to stop, so I don't want to go past that line. Now, I could have chose to do it at wherever I wanted to, but I want to keep it within this area, so why mess around and do it worse, you know? So that's where we're going to keep it at, because that's what I said I was going to do. And it's so easy to change it once you get started, because you're like, oh man, you know what? I could do this, I could do this. But when you stick with a perspective, trust me, when you're done and it's all said and done, it looks official. And it comes out nice. So see right here, I do that curvage. See? So bam. So here we have all the concept of of how we're doing things, and we're gonna come back from these little areas that we skipped. Just wanted to keep going where I had started, so that's why I skipped those parts. Now if I was to hold the marker down more, it's gonna shoot so much ink. It's gonna it will damage the piece and give me a whole different color. So the last thing I want to do is do that. You see? Now when you do these blends, man, it just comes out so nice. So, see what I'm saying? So bam, there we have the whole complete setup. And it's all inked in the way I want it to be inked in. So what I'm going to do now is in the darker areas, which is, no, it's too big of a marker. Alright, like this right here in the inside, do it a little bit darker. Right there. right? Now the reason I'm doing that darker on that area is to give you the depth that it's darker in that certain perspective. And the reason I'm doing that is because I like that 3D effect. That's really all the reasons why. That is the only reason why, of anything. So, see what I'm saying? So that's all that's really going on right here. Is that I'm doing that concept on that, just so I can make it look the way it's supposed to look. Right? So we have our piece the way we want it. Let's see, on this area right here. There's another one right there, another one here. OG Spanish fly. So you see, most of all my pieces are starting to go together where I want them to be. And that's basically the concept that we want to go with, because like I said already billions of times, is that you want to have it making sense to you at least. Now we're just going to add a little bit of darker spots in some areas so that concept could continue. Right? That's really all we're going to do. Just darker areas in certain in some spots. So you see, we have the blues to contradict each other from the yellow that I did put a little bit there, and it gives you that nice look to it. So I don't know where we're at on time, but that's basically what I'm going to do for it right now. I'll have you check that out. So let me pull this back so you guys can look at. Focus on it. So now I'm just going to finish it up, and that's it. My daughter woke up. Alright guys.